In the locker room, the famous footballer, nicknamed Golden Foot, scolds another player for suggesting he throw the match, but then still takes the check, using the guy's head as a prop to lace up his boots. During the penalty kick, Golden Foot intentionally misses, angering the crowd, which rushes onto the field, and a couple of people with bats even break the star's legs. 20 years later, that same guy has had a brilliant career and now owns the most successful football club, while Golden Foot is lame, and now his head serves as a shoe stand. The former champion asks to be made a coach. Instead, the businessman sends him into retirement. Golden Foot understands perfectly well who ruined his life, and then the man even admits that he hired the thugs who broke his legs. Drunk and defeated, the old loser walks down the street and sees a janitor sitting in a split. He criticizes the footballer for supposedly hitting the ball wrong and also offers Golden Foot kung fu lessons. Right now, he's looking for ways to popularize martial arts because kung fu can help in everyday life. Balance technique will prevent slipping on a banana peel, devastating palm technique will make parking a car easy, and with lightning sword technique, bushes will be trimmed in minutes. Golden Foot gets upset that some homeless guy called him a cripple and threw an empty can at him. The guy kicks the can, sending it flying into the sky. Golden Foot says it's a trick and walks away. Sin dreams of new shoes, but the beggar won't even let him look at the display. The Kung Fu master effortlessly kicks a heavy fridge 10 feet. For a bunch of aluminum cans he carried all day, Sin got only 20 cents. He decides to spend them on warm sweet buns. The treat is made using a special Kung Fu technique. Sin is delighted and tries to get to know Mei through song, while also eating 2 buns, even though he only had money for 1. He decides to pay with his worn-out sneakers and sings again. Mei asks him to leave, as only crazies sing on the street. Some guy with a mustache and painted lips defends Sin. He starts singing his song. Another crazy guy, who always dreamed of being a dancer, joins him. Fire ignites in the eyes of all passers-by, and they perform a lively kung fu dance. Mei also can't resist and starts dancing, but unexpectedly the landlady rushes out and scares everyone away. Grabbing another bun, Sin runs off, leaving only his shoe behind. He goes to a bar to his old brother from the Shaolin monastery, Iron Head, and suggests promoting kung fu through songs and dances. He advises him, instead of flying in the clouds, to clean the toilet. Suddenly, the manager says they need new performers since the old ones quit. The men will perform kung fu songs with a guitar. Dressed as Shaolin monks, they deliver the worst performance the club has ever seen. Dissatisfied customers approach to express their grievances and, in addition, beat up the poor performers. Describing the wall, Golden Foot sees that same can that Sin kicked. It got stuck in the brick wall, which collapses, revealing to him the brawl between Sin and the gang of hooligans. Sin immediately demonstrates what his legs are capable of. But since he promised his teacher not to fight, he'll play football with the hooligans instead. A powerful kick of the ball, and it's like a cannonball, scattering the hooligans in all directions. The last hooligan, studying the crane style, he simply disarms. Golden Foot hobbles up to the fighter and examines his leg, calling it a divine gift, and then suggests Sin combine kung fu and football. Sin is thrilled with the idea and demands to start training right away, but he needs shoes for that. So Sin has to go back to Mei and ask her to give back his worn-out sneakers. It turns out she didn't throw them away, but even fixed them. Sin returns to Iron Head to invite him to join the team, but he runs away from him like from a maniac. Iron Head asks to be left alone. He doesn't want to hear anything about kung fu. Another brother, living in a barn, masters the empty hand style and could be an excellent goalkeeper. He's been unemployed for 6 months, and the tournament victory prize is $1 million, but in his opinion, combining football and kung fu is a ridiculous idea. Another former Shaolin brother could use the iron shirt technique to become an excellent defender, but he's too busy. Their chances of winning the tournament are as slim as a coin landing on its edge, but that's exactly what happens. The team also needs a water feather, but according to him, the technique is already beyond his reach. A virus of gluttony has invaded his brain. Now he's not a feather but a lazy pig. The tornado kick from the nimble foot will also come in handy, but the loser laments his baldness and impoverished life, driving them both away. Although none of the Shaolin brothers agreed, they all sadly look at an old group photo. Golden Foot comes home to Sin, who lives under the open sky on the roof of some factory. The guy is sad because he couldn't convince his brothers, but then the whole gang of losers shows up on the roof in full force. The first training session begins, but it has to be postponed because Sin kicks the ball into the stratosphere. The Shaolin brothers don't understand anything about football, so they have to start from the basics. A special approach is needed for Sin. If he continues to kick the ball so hard, he'll knock down an airplane someday. For training, they took his eggs from the feather, and he won't let even one of them be lost, even if it's broken. Next were exercises on accuracy. Sin hits the target with such force that the ground shakes. The guys conclude that he'll win alone. It's time for the first friendly match against the gang of hooligans that Sin beat. However, the fallen wrench and hammer from their pants indicate that they definitely intend to seek revenge. The match begins. The Shaolin brothers demonstrate their tricks, but suddenly, instead of playing football, the opponents start beating Sin's team, scattering all players across the field, destroying them with feet, hands, and tools. Iron Head begs for mercy, and the guy in glasses demands that the man puts his underwear on his head. The hooligans laugh until the Shaolin brothers regain their strength. Each of them uses their technique to prevent the opponent from even approaching the ball. Nimble Foot spins in breakdance, Feather flies, Iron Shirt attaches to the ball with his belly and withstands every blow. The ultra-fast goalkeeper not only catches the ball, but also all the boots thrown at him, and Sin hits the ball with all his might. The hooligans, impressed by the skill of the Shaolin brothers, beg to join their team. Hang's team, called Devils, trains underwater under the supervision of scientists. The impact on the ball is comparable to a bomb explosion. Golden Foot is denied registration for the tournament. The final decision rests with Hang, and seeing the motley crew that the man assembled, he immediately approves their participation. Hang suggests Golden Foot shine his shoes again, but the whole team volunteers and drags the shoe onto the street, leaving the rich man standing in worn socks. After work, Sin meets the Kung Fu baker and takes her to a clothing store after it closes. The guy promises to buy her anything when he becomes rich. Also, Sin tells the girl that she shouldn't hide her beautiful face behind her hair. They only let poor people in here because Sin promised to clean up. The Shaolin team plays its first official match. The sight of the opponents amuses the captain of the opposing team. However, a second after the start of the match, they've already scored the first goal. Another moment, and the score is 2-0. In the end, even the captain with his team is sent into the goal. The final score is 40-0. Using their superhuman skills, the Shaolin footballers destroy one team after another. The Miracle Team constantly gives interviews. The footballers have money now and can afford expensive shoes, and May decided to do something about her face and went to the bearded lady at the beauty salon. Next time, May appeared before Sin and the company in a rather extravagant manner. The guy introduces her to everyone, and the guys are amazed at how huge her shoulder pads are. The footballers joke about her style and taste in clothing. At first, she seems to laugh along with them, but then she snaps and asks Sin not to touch her. Then the landlady rushes over, calls May a ghost, and starts pulling her hair. The guys stand up for her. She looks good. The girl herself likes it too. When the heartless landlady decided to get rough again, May, using Kung Fu, made her sit down on her 5th point. May asks Sin if he loves her. He responds that they're just friends. Tough Sin brings May to tears. The next opponents on the football field were a team of girls with fake mustaches and beards. They were not just ordinary, but fluttering masters of wushu. However, they couldn't beat the goalkeeper. He himself scored a goal for them. Hang congratulates the coach on reaching the final with his team and again offers to throw the final match in exchange for a pile of money. Then his guys can join the Devils. However, neither him nor the team need the money. They thirst to win the championship. Before leaving, Sin dropped by May's place, but instead found the landlady. She says she had to fire May because her buns became bitter and salty, all because she cried during cooking and tears dripped into the dough. The Shaolin brothers team took to the field to take the cup home today. They played the ball as usual, and Sin sent it into the goal with a powerful shot, but the goalkeeper stopped it too easily. He suggests trying again, but even a super twisted shot into the top corner is no problem for him. So Sin puts all his strength into the third shot, but it doesn't even make the goalkeeper flinch. All thanks to new American steroids that turned the footballers into real monsters. In addition, the referees, linesmen, and the entire football association are on Hang's payroll. Now it's time to test the resilience of the empty hand. The flying ball plows the field, almost breaking his back and smashing his hand into blood. Next, it's not a ball that flies at him, but a meteorite, burning his hands. The finishing move almost sends the empty hand to the afterlife. The wounded player is escorted by the whole team. Each of the Shaolin brothers finds an analog in the Devil's team. Steelhead got his forehead smashed, the feather got broken by another flyer, and there were 2 players just like the Nimble Foot. Only half of the match has passed, and half of the team is already crippled. Several players got scared and ran home. Only 8 players remained. They rushed onto the field and formed an impregnable Shaolin maze, but immediately scattered. The strongest of the team, Iron Shirt, is ready to take the hits. Prepared to die, he calls someone named Jane and confesses his love to her. One by one, the balls knock the soul out of Iron Shirt, and Hang demands that they play even harder. The execution unexpectedly ends. Iron Shirt sucks the ball in with his belly and passes it to Sin. The attack continues, but the goalkeeper saves the team from a clever goal by simply moving the goalposts. Sin almost breaks his leg, but the referee tells him to stop pretending and get up. It's time to finish with Iron Shirt. The next shot he manages to block, but all his power pierces the goalkeeper through, and he's also taken away on a stretcher. Hang has already begun to celebrate victory, as the team must have a minimum of 8 players. Suddenly, Mei rushes over, shaved bald and resembling an alien. She's ready to stand in goal, but it's too dangerous and Sin is against it. However, the girl insists, and she also returns Sin his old patched sneakers because the new ones tore. Brave Mei goes to the goal, but hits her head on the bar, confuses her own goal with the opponent's, and even passes the ball to the opponent. The Devil delivers a devastating blow, but the Bun Master manages to tame the ball and multiplies the energy invested in it many times over. Sin adds even more power to the projectile. A natural disaster destroys the football field, scattering the Devils to the sides, and the goalkeeper is carried away with the goalposts. The bodies of the defeated opponents lie motionless on the field. The Shaolin team wins the tournament, and the Devils are disqualified for using steroids. Hang is expelled from the Association for Dirty Tricks, and martial arts have become more popular than ever.